So the Escort is still here. It hasn't actually left. I mean, obviously there were points when I was working on this car where I actually really hated it, but after doing all the work on it and, you know, a fondness of early Escorts anyway, I really grew to like it and decided that I wanted to own it. And luckily Dave from Retro Ford was kind enough to offer it back to me, so I've bought it back. It's pretty much exactly as it was on the day of the auction. It hasn't been touched, literally. It's just been rolled back in here as it was. I've got the chance to finish it off now the way I've wanted it to be, so I know it's all right and, you know, ready for the road, and I can actually get some enjoyment out of it after all the pain. The Escort still has the original paperwork that came with it when it was new, with the original owner's details and the spec of the car. And obviously the next owner will be me. So basically I really want to, let's say, finish it off so it's, you know, ready for the road and well protected. We put all the new panels on it. I did wax all inside the sills and the wheel arches, and the rest of the underside wants cleaning off properly and all wax oiling really nicely, so it's all protected from the English weather. Mechanically, we recommissioned the brakes, the suspension was checked and sorted where necessary, lowered obviously. The clutch was changed, but the engine hasn't really been serviced yet, so that needs checking over, servicing. It's just 1300 basic engine. It runs really nicely. For now, I'm not going to do anything. Yeah, it'd be nice to drop something faster and more modern in it, but for this year I'd just like to get it on the road and use it. I might look at changing the back axle because it's an estate. It's got like the lowest ratio back axle, so it's going to be really revvy, and that's something one of my pet hates. If I change the axle, at least then it's ready for if it does get a more powerful engine, the axle's done, ready for that. So that's one thing I might do before it gets any serious use. Well, when it's actually on the road registered and I just want to use it, you know, this will be, by the time it's done, it'll be springtime. It'll be a nice time to actually drive it around and use it as hopefully as a daily driver for a bit. The stripe we've put on, it's getting good feedback. A lot of people really like it. It gives it a bit of a sporty look, even though it's not sporty yet, at least. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like, you can't put a Mexico stripe, you know, which is a Mark 1 stripe on a Mark 2 car, and it's an estate, so it's all a bit wrong. But it is only base coat, so it could be wiped off with, you know, cellulose thinners in half an hour. It won't affect the 2-pack paint underneath, and it'll be gone. So it's just a bit of fun. The episode didn't feature the interior at all, really, so let's have a look at that. Right, so the interior is actually in pretty good shape. The seats are really good. This one had a bit of a worn patch here, and we've had it retrimmed, but they actually had the correct material in stock because this is the same as the RS Mark IIs, so they keep that in stock because they retrim the RS, you know, Mark IIs quite often. The steering wheel is absolutely hideous. It has this big sort of crumple zone in it, so that's going to be changed because it's just one of the ugliest steering wheels I've ever seen. We got a really nice conditioned second-hand carpet from Dave at Retro Ford, so that was a nice thing to put in. It needs some kick panels. The door cards are quite nice. The headlining, there's a couple of rips at the back, but you know, for the most part it's nice and original, and you know, hasn't got any horrible hanging down bits, so that can be left for the moment. And it's just tidy, nice being black inside, and just a tidy interior really. As Mark II Escorts go, this is quite an early car, built in December 75. It's got some early characteristics like the crest in the middle of the dashboard. It's a German built car, obviously left-hand drive. Right, well, I think I'm going to go and fill out the registration paperwork, and hopefully next time you see me in this car I'll be driving it on the road.